Even though this young lady is only 18 years old, she has been through a lot and she has a great passion and goal. Alana Gorski opened up and shared her personal story in her book, The Newfound Legacy. Now she is here to tell us about it. Alana, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
So at such a young age, I know you're 18 now, 17 is when you decided to write this book. What made you want to put your life into a book?
I had realized at a young age that I'd been through a lot of experiences that were really unique. My abuser in sexual abuse was a female, so I realized that I really just needed to get it out there. And I had been writing since the age of 5 as a journalist, just journaling, and I had realized that I kind of got good when I was older, and then I just decided to reach out to a mentor. She's actually here with us today, and my mentor, Jody, and she convinced me to write the book. Her and my mom kind of were like, you just got to do it, go for it, you're really good. And then I reached out to my publisher, Kelly Fitzgerald, and I got it on the first try, and I was really excited.
So what is all in the book? I know you had mentioned something that had happened in your life. Was there other things that you pulled into it as well?
I basically told my life story from the age of 5 to 17. And that includes bullying, the loss of a parent at a young age, as well as him opening up about what he did wrong. My dad passed away when I was 10 years old. But he was abusive due to misdiagnosed brain tumors. They were diagnosed as every mental illness in the book. And I just wanted to show his story, his message of humility, grace, and forgiveness throughout my experiences with all of these other different topics. And that's also the symbol of the book.
And you have, on the front of the book, you're holding something. Tell me about what you're holding that I know we have here.
I'm holding this handprint right here, and it's something that he made for us, that way we could always hold his hand. And I realized that that's the only physical thing that I really have of him. So when it came down to the message of humility, grace, and forgiveness, which is something that he portrayed a lot of, I wanted to use that as a symbol and dedicate the entire story to him.
Well, people may go through things, but not everybody has the courage and the passion to put it out for everyone to read or to hear. So what were you really hoping somebody else would take away from reading your book?
I wanted them to be inspired to start thanking survivors if they are not a survivor of abuse, because I'm sorry won't change the past, but thank you can change the trajectory of their future. When I came out to my mom just over a year ago, I only came out to my family about 8 months ago or less. And she said thank you. She never said I'm sorry. She said thank you, because I am really a survivor and I want to say that to other people. And I've had the privilege to do so far.
And so, of course, like we said, you put this into your book. You're hoping others will take away from it. And I know if anybody else follows you on Facebook, I know I do. You had put a video up saying that today kind of is a symbolic day also.
Today's a very symbolic day. My dad passed away on Monday, November 24th of 2008, and today is Monday, October 24th. And that day also symbolizes a day that I was bullied, and a girl on my swim team won the team meet for the league, the league meet in Tacoma or wherever it was, and for the team, she bullied me relentlessly, and so this is my redemption day.
And so I've heard from a lot of authors, as I kind of interview everyone, they say, I do want somebody else to take something away from my story, but it was also a little therapeutic for me to kind of write everything down. Did you feel the same way?
For me, it was about connecting with the emotion, because around 12, they found out that I'm mildly on the autism spectrum. So for me, it's really hard to connect with emotion. And when I started writing, I realized that I had to. And I wanted to show people, I didn't really edit too much. So there is that little bit of monotonous, and then it gets into that emotion, because I wanted to show people the journey.
And so I think, like I said at the beginning, very courageous of you to kind of put that out there, and you really want everyone to take something away from this. And I know you're going to be in town for a couple of days here in Tucson.
Yes, I'm going to be going back and thanking the unsung heroes in my book and doing a video and journal series as much as I can. And also going back to my roots. That's the title of the video and journal series, is that I'm going to be going back and just going to those places where there's emotions tied to them, whether positive or negative, and trying to overcome that, and then sharing my story of doing so.
And like I said, I know you do a lot of that and post it on social media for people to follow also.
Yes, I do.
And do you get a lot of good response also from that?
I get a lot of great responses. I've had parents reach out to me and say that their kid came out after they had read my book. I've also had parents, like adults, come to me and say that they were sexually abused.
Yeah.
And that I'm approachable because I'm young. I don't want to be that person, that speaker who feels emotionless.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to connect with me, so that's why I don't really change my appearance for anything. I want to be who I am, and that seems to be working so far.
That's a perfect way. It's working so far, and you're doing a great job. Well, I'm going to remind everybody where they can get a hold of the book, but thank you so much for coming. And, you know, I hope your journey, people follow you on Facebook and watches you journal away even through video.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you guys, A.L. Gorski's new book is now available on Amazon, Kindle, and the Barnes & Noble's website. Make sure to check it out.